Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we are going deeper into meditation and what that is for and how it can increase your psychic awareness. These are all based on my own personal experiences. So first I want to talk about why I think that meditation helps increase psychic awareness. Well, through my years of practicing meditation, I've basically just discovered this on my own because I was able to, see things or experience things visually in my mind during meditations, which would lead me to believe that I was tapping into my own psychic awareness or universal mind or your inner being. To me, it's the same type of idea. It all falls into that category of reading the subtle frequencies in our universe. And that's what I think meditation really helps our minds do. It helps us tune into frequencies that exist all around us. And it's up to us to learn how to interpret that in our own way. So what I discovered, and this was probably about 10 years ago, was that I really am good at interdimensional visual travel. Experience alternate dimensions in my mind visually. Now I could describe a lot of the things that I see in great detail. I first started with Vipassana, so sidetrack. First started with Vipassana meditation. Then I moved into past life regression therapy with a transpersonal psychologist. That person helped me sort of train my mind and realize what that felt like to be able to discern the difference. And that's really the key with a meditation practice, is it trains you. Meditation practice and journaling, let me remind everyone, it's meditation practice and journaling that helps train our mind to understand and interpret the subtle frequencies around us. So with that being said, I'm going to just briefly go over the meditation practice that I follow now, and it's a combination of Vipassana and a little bit of visualization with archetypes as found in expansions.com. author Stuart Swerdlow, and the book is Hyperspace Helper. That's a good one. 13 Cubed is a really good one as well. And so I use some of the techniques from Stuart Swerdlow, such as spinning your chakras and focusing the target symbol in royal blue. And you imagine that in your mind's eye, and that's what you focus on. So that's focusing on an archetype symbol. But the key in both of these different practices is that you're focusing your mind. So in Vipassana, you start by focusing on your breath, the in and out breath. So in my meditation practice, I'll do ambient noise. So I'll either do my breath, focus on my breath, I should say, focus my mind on my breathing in and out. Sometimes I will focus on a fan or the air conditioner. I like that ambience fan. I don't really recommend doing meditation music unless it's a constant Tibet, like a crystal bowl or a singing bowl. But even then, they can get a little distracting. The point is we don't want our minds to drift off into rambling thoughts. You want to keep it focused and clear. And so I start off by doing two deep breath, maybe not two deep breaths. I start off by doing about 3 or 4 really deep breaths. And when I do the in-breath, I pull sort of my attention into my mind's eye, into the center of my mind. Now I'll just do that either focusing on my breath, or I'll imagine specific symbols and archetypes. I'll get into those later. But then I'll do 3 breaths like that. And while I'm doing the breathing, I'm breathing in, focusing my mind in, holding my focus either at the tip of my nose or in the center of my eyes, where your pineal gland would be, in the center of your mind. So I focus my breathing into my mind, and then on my out breath, while holding that focus, I just imagine releasing energy through the top of my head out that would consist of tension, emotions throughout the day, whatever I needed to breathe out. do that a few times until you feel like your mind is clear. One thing, and I don't know if this happens to anyone, but if you've ever done any meditation practice, maybe you have a hard time quietening your mind. Now, that is one of my biggest issues, is trying to quiet my mind. It rambles on. I think it's a byproduct of anxiety. And so I have a lot of little tricks to, say, get a song out of my head that I can't get out of my head. That's a big one for me. Like voices, not, voices, just like, say, someone's speaking voice. Say I'm having like an imaginary conversation with someone that I know. It's just, my mind goes everywhere. And so sometimes what I'll do is, if it's really hard, I'll imagine like a volume control on a stereo, and I'll just imagine my hand turning the volume down, and that's what I'll focus on, turning the volume down. Like black, if you voices, like a brown X helps, like imagining a brown X over people's mouths if they're talking and you can't get their voice out of your mind. Those are little tricks that I do to sort of clear that energy out. And it actually does work. The volume control thing worked really well. I was really getting to the point of tuning in and like tapping into that frequency, but the song kept creeping back in my mind. So I was able to, in my mind, hold the volume control to turn the song down while also focusing on what I was kind of downloading, in a sense. And I wanted to write it down. But another thing too about writing things down, you'll want to keep a note and a notepad and a pen beside you before you meditate or get into your practice. I keep a little bit of an altar going, where so whenever I kneel at this altar, I am sort of already starting to get in the mode. After I do my 3 deep breaths, I've focused in my mind. If I'm having mental distractions, I'm turning the volume down or brown Xing people's mouths or whatever I need to do visually. And then I usually will just sit there and in that focus state, and probably in about 5 to 10 minutes is usually all I meditate for. So I hold that focus as long as I can for 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes longer. And when I know I'm in that receptive mode, it's a feeling I get that I feel like I'm sort of in a void. It's like a black void and I'm floating in it. So I feel detached from my senses. The goal for your meditation practice would be to feel that sense of detachment from your senses. What I'm able to do through meditation is relax my mind and let my consciousness go and experience those things. So you want to hold that focus and that clarity, and that's what the brown Xing and the volume control thing, layers do. They also add that aid to clear your mind and help to download those frequencies. So once you get into that nice state, or say if you feel like you've achieved something, jot it down, whatever it is. It could be a feeling, like the feeling, say, is I felt a tingling in between my eyebrows. That is huge. Write that down. I felt like I was floating this time. Usually I feel nothing. Okay, good. Write that down, the date and all that stuff. Once you start to have those little victories in a way, it almost gives you a subconscious sense of allowing for your mind to go there, and you'll feel more relaxed and you'll feel happier or more excited to actually continue on with your meditation practice. So after watching this video, I hope that you have sort of a question or a curiosity about a meditation practice that you want to develop on your own, or you already have one in place and you need something a little more from it. Keep that subscription button activated, because I'm going to make a lot more videos pertaining to these subjects about meditation, visualization, and this is a new channel for me, and I'm super excited for this journey. Take care, everyone.